welcome to Soul Stories. I'm Diane Lupo, and today we have a very exciting show for you. Thanks for tuning in. Your host is right here. He's the medium, author of Signs of Spirit, The Purple Papers and the Stories Behind Them, a grief specialist, and a great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Roland Comtois.
Hey, Diane, thank you very much for that nice
welcome.
intro. Glad to be here again for another round of Soul Stories TV. And I'm so happy that you guys are following us along. And if you are out there somewhere and you find this topic interesting and you see this on social media, we would love it if you shared it. The more sharing, the more activity, the more conversations we can have with you.
And I love the feedback.
Oh, the feedback has been great. So speaking of feedback, and I didn't get a chance to finish the conversations from a couple of shows ago when I asked the question, what does the afterlife teach us? Because the answers just kept coming
in. They teach us so much.
and it never stopped. And so I have piles of papers here with me. Some of them are answers from people who've been answering the questions that we present on social media. So again, the afterlife teaches us a lot of things. The conversations, though, today, I got to say something. The real thing that's on my mind today is gratitude. Oh. Because I did a little research, and the research...
Surprising. Roland researching.
The research says that the gratitude does something physically to our heart. It says that the second that you're in a state of gratitude, you begin to kind of chip away at any depression or sadness. So we're going to talk about those things as well.
That's true. That's important.
There's a lot of things on our mind. We're going to talk about energy.
On our collective mind.
Yes. We're going to talk about energy because you love energy.
I do love energy.
And I know that's your thing. And we're going to talk about near-death experiences. We're going to talk about gratitude. And we're going to talk about everything and anything that comes to our mind. But I do want to honor the people that have been responding online to all the questions.
Good. And if you would like to respond, go to Soul Stories. Is that at TV?
It's Soul Stories TV at Gmail.
At gmail.com. So Soul Stories TV at gmail.com, and send us your comments.
So the question was asked, what does the afterlife teach us? And Susan says that we are spirit in a human form. That sounds intriguing, doesn't it? And then we return back to spirit, is what she says. Lorianne says that it gives us an opportunity to review our lives, the lives that we lived. She says that's what the afterlife teaches us. Susan from Florida says that it teaches us that our loved ones are near and that there is something more. And then Laurie says that we are eternal. What do you think?
Well, I think those are all good and very, significant remarks, especially for those people who don't believe in, anything else.
Yes.
If they come to one of your events, that really gets shattered a little bit.
It does a little.
Because you can't deny that these stories are happening and they're coming from somewhere, and the reactions and the healing that takes place. So it opens the doorway a little bit.
It does. It opens the door to this understanding that we're more than just this physical being. I'm a nurse. In nursing school, they said, you're a physical being. You've got cells and organs.
You're going to die.
First day, I've said this 1,000 times. The first day of class, you're going to die, so get over it, the professor said. And I said, oh man, what a way to start. But I really know, and I knew then too, that there was something more. I do want to share with you, though, that I think the afterlife teaches us how to live our lives, how to live this life. I think that's really one of the greatest teachings, even though it does all these other things, which I think it does well.
Now, do you mean through signs or through messages or through...
I think it's just teaching us how to be kind and compassionate and caring and loving. I think the afterlife teaches us how to truly be good people, how to be good humans, how to be in the space of this human experience, this human journey. I think that's what it teaches us. Come on, it teaches us that my mother is near me, right? It teaches us, for me at least, that there's something more. It teaches us that we're going to live on. That's what it teaches me. But I think when I look at the entire picture of all of it, it teaches me how to live every day the best possible life that I can live, to be the best person that I can be, to listen to those signs and messages, to feel them, to experience them. I think that's what it's teaching me.
And that's a lot of work. It's not as easy as it sounds. because life gets in the way and other people get in the way, and
And you hit the nail on
Right?
the head. It's hard work.
it is.
It's hard work being in the moment and loving and living and fulfilling your destiny.
Right.
Like you just said, I mean, look, you and I know this because we see people all the time in the work that we do. And when you are working with me, you see the obstacles that people have to carry on their shoulders.
Honestly, Roland, sometimes I look at people in your audience and I wonder how they got there. Because having gone through the circumstances that led them to this point and with all that grief, I don't know how they got dressed.
And grief
And
is only one
out of the
small part
house.
of it.
No, it's, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't mean small. I don't mean it like it's a small thing.
No, but it's just
it's just one part.
so many things.
You're right. They're carrying so many things, and so here we are telling them to,
Keep moving
keep
forward.
moving forward. Keep with the program. Keep holding that energy.
Easier said than done.
Of course,
sometimes,
it's
right?
easier said than done. Maybe
Yeah.
there is a guru out there that has some secret answer in how to do that. Look, you and I both love Thich Nhat Hanh.
One moment,
One
one
moment.
one breath.
Not only he tells us to eat an orange
Right.
and to really experience that
Be
orange for what it
mindful
is.
in your present time. in
Yes,
the present
to
moment.
walk presently, to live presently. That's what he teaches us. And I think the afterlife is teaching us the same thing. That if we live presently, if we love presently, if we fulfill presently, then when that time comes, we carry on and we move forward. And the connections that we made here are connections that remain with us, right?
Right,
But
so-
wait, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, go right ahead. It's your show.
It's my show.
I'm just Ed McMahon, as someone pointed out.
Who said that? That you're Eric McMahon.
One of your friends said, "You're like Roland's Ed McMahon." I went, "Oh, gee, thanks."
man.
And then I went home and I said, "Gee, couldn't she have said you're like
Somebody-
Roland's Vanna White or
Ed
Farrah
McMahon.
Fawcett?"
I
Yeah.
don't know. He was all right.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Unless she knows about my drinking issues. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This is not. You just gave a spoiler alert.
I'm
This is
sorry.
not supposed to happen on the show. Anyways,
But back to tying that in with
it's all
gratitude.
right. It all ties together. The more that you live in a state of gratitude, the more that you fulfill every moment of your life. The more that your heart gets stronger. Maybe it's a little. I gotta find the paper that says the heart gets a little stronger. The depression, the anxiety eases the moment that we step into a moment of gratitude.
It's that little bit of openness. Well, when someone is stuck in grief, it's hard to say, well, be thankful for all the other good
Yeah,
things that are
right.
going. Somebody just lost, their children, and some people,
Lost a
their whole
job.
family, or
Lost a job.
or lost a job, and they're devastated. And it's hard to say, well, look at all the, be thankful you have your
Yeah.
health, and,
Yeah.
or be thankful you have, your healthy dog.
Or what about the line that says, yeah, your dog was sick. Thank God it's not suffering anymore. There's a
Right,
truth
right.
to that. But in the midst of living in the moment, we have to deal with the fact that grief of the loss of an animal, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a dream, all those
Right.
things
And so for
cause.
some people, it's everything all at once.
It is.
And we've seen that.
We've
so
seen it a
it's
lot.
devastating.
I have an appreciation for the audiences that sit in my room, and I've said this before, and I say it to them. It takes a lot of courage to sit in that room.
It does.
What if you don't? What if it doesn't happen for you? What happens? What if a message does?